Okay, let's see if everything's going to work the way I want it to work today. Captions are fine. I can see the stream over on YouTube is like, it's seconds behind. It's not like a big delay, but it's enough of one. Um, Let me see if the audio is working over there. Yeah, it is. Okay, sweet. Hi everyone. How you doing? It is Tuesday. I am not super exhausted, though the return to work has not been a fun one. Getting back into my routine sucks. Like, it was nice to just not have this routine and have a different routine, which was fun and relaxing and a little bit productive. And now being, I mean, I'll be honest, I spent a lot of the time on my couch anyway, and that's fine. But when you're on the couch and you actually have to pay attention to like work, that's shitty. So, but yeah, so if the thing goes off, if it does a little ping ping, I may have to attend to it. Otherwise, I've got some demos to look at, and then I'm just going to default back to power washing because I don't have to think. Also, wow, little eyelash thing happening here. All right, cool. So one thing that never happened when I would do mascara is like they would not, like they were basically like set. They would not like cling to each other at all. I have no idea how to put on lashes though. That sounds terrifying to me. I also made an old fashioned because I'm old fashioned. All right. So I don't really have happy. That's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Um, but that reminds me of how we had to learn how to spell Wednesday, and it was always Wednesday, and that still is in my head when I need to write or type Wednesday is like Wednesday. Don't don't get it otherwise, but Wedness. I'm trying to think like the Mr. Rogers song when he sings when he spells friend in a song, Friend, is also in my head when I try to spell the word friend or anything like that involves the word friend. I'm like, yep, yeah. Other stuff, I still do the I before E thing wrong all the time. Witness me. Nice. Nice. I still get I-E and E wrong all the time. Thank goodness for my little red squiggly line. Like, they can take away everything else, but leave me my red squiggly lines, please. Or, if you take those away and we all just admit that none of us know how to spell anymore, I'm fine with that too. Um, if you don't judge my spelling, that's cool. Hey Malevin, hey Zero, welcome on in. Because when I get something from someone, unless it's a professional something that has to go somewhere else, I don't correct their spelling or their grammar. If I know what they said, like if the word doesn't make sense to me, then I'll be like, hey, I don't know what this means. And then they're like, oh yeah, that's a typo. But otherwise, I don't care. But thank you for the resub, Esoterica. I appreciate it. Hold on a second. It reminds you of the song for how to spell Halloween. I don't know that song. We didn't learn that one growing up. Interesting. And thank you, Esoterica, for the resub. I appreciate it. Let me see, did that work? That didn't work, did it? No. There it went. Okay. I love that little piano bit at the end, and I wonder, like, how professionally do you learn how to do the little piano riff so that it actually, sounds like, how do you make sure that you know the exact speed that you're dragging your finger across the keys versus it sounding like you're trying to do it, you know, or like getting your cat to walk on the keys and then recording that or something. Anyway, But yeah. So yeah, today is some games. Let's see. I looked on Steam to a recommendation queue, and I didn't like any of the games in the recommendation queue. I'm so sorry, Steam. You do not know me at all, and I thought you would by now, and that's just rude. But I picked up one which is an idle clicker. Like it's an idle but automation game. Um, and that is Gambler's Table. There's the demo for that in the Steam store. And then there's another one, Black Jacket, which it's a blackjack inspired roguelike deck builder. So you knew that was right up my alley. Um, and yeah, and if anybody is hanging out on YouTube and wants to say hi, by all means, say hello. But primarily, my streams have been for Twitch. So we're piggybacking the Twitch signal. It's like pirate radio back in the day. Like we're piggybacking the YouTube signal on the Twitch signal. So like, we're basically like, I guess, when Uncle Iroh shows Zuko how to take the lightning and redirect it, that's what we're doing with the Twitch signal. That's essentially what's going to happen there. It's probably not the best metaphor I could use, because if you do it wrong, it might kill you. But whatever. Also makes me wonder, like, what are Bender's bodies made of? That's it's normal for them to be like, yeah, no, I got that. I'm going to turn to something else. What? What? I need to go watch that fight again, because there's a moment when he says, like, go ahead, hit me. I'll just redirect it again. And I'm like, why did you open your mouth, you fool? Because now she's going to attack someone else. And that's exactly what happened. So congrats. Well done, you. People in cartoons need to be more like people in real life and not communicate their every thought to people. I think that's, yeah. They also need to punch people out more in cartoons. Like, I know that most of these kids are kids, but y'all still need to just deck somebody. I still feel like most of Yu-Gi-Oh would have been solved if Yu-Gi-Moto had just thrown hands. Like, period. Anyway, so we're going to look at those two, and then I've got Power Wash Simulator on deck. I think the next up I had was a cement truck. So that's going to be fun. I'm also looking into adding, I'm only doing this as a technical, I want to learn a thing, because I feel like learning streaming on TikTok is going to become kind of pointless after the sale goes through. Like, I don't know if anyone's going to want to be on that site anymore, aside from the AI propaganda bots. But I want to look at using source clones and masks to create a vertical scene that looks good versus just trying to capture the middle of the game or just trying to capture, and it depends on the game. And that's the only other thing is, test your games first before you stream them, so you have an idea of what they look like, and then you'll have an idea of what to capture on both sides. Because yeah, it's like when you start a game and you're like, oh wait, I shouldn't be over here, I should be over here. And I'm like, yeah, I will play a game for approximately 90 seconds just so I can like get a screenshot of the thing. So I'm gonna be like, okay, where am I gonna be? But yeah, it is cold. It is not as cold as it was yesterday. However, yesterday's cold hasn't left the apartment, so I'm hoping that it goes away, because we're almost in the 50s today, which is kind of impressive considering we've been in the freezing cold for a while. But we're on the East Coast. Like, I'm in the Mid-Atlantic East Coast, so I know people further west are not having anywhere near as much warmth, if you will, as we are. But yeah. And that's about it for the week. If you see me go live another day this week, please know that those are not going to be regular. Like, I was on Monday. That's not a standard thing. I was testing a thing, and I believe the thing is tested. You're in the 70s today? Oh my goodness. That reminds me when I've already told this story, but we were on a college visiting trip from high school, like so a bunch of high schoolers from all over, and it was Iowa State University in Ames, Iowa, and they were trying to actually attract students of color from like all over. So there was like nary a white person to be seen on our trip, and it was lovely. But we couldn't fly in to Ames that night because there was a snowstorm. Like there was like an ice storm in Ames the night we were supposed to get in. So we were a day late. And then when we got there, there was a heat wave. And many of us were like, I don't know that I want to that was pretty extreme for like the course of 3 days. That was pretty extreme. So yeah. And since then, I'm sure it's like I haven't looked at the weather, but I'm sure it hasn't gotten less extreme. So yeah. Let's see. Let me start up something here. Let's go with like the auto clicker. It's not, well, I think it's not an auto. It might be an auto clicker. Hold on. What does it say it is? It's an automation game. Okay. So it starts out clicking, and then obviously you earn enough money to start things happening automatically. So let's see. This should be interesting. It reminds me a little bit of we played Forage Wizard, and that was mostly still all clicking. This, I believe, gets a little yeah. This one, I believe, gets a little more automated sooner. But yeah, let me start this one up. And we'll come over here. And I apologize for anyone on YouTube who is hearing me in abject silence. But after playing Power Wash Simulator and sending even the royalty-free lo-fi over to YouTube, I got like 4 copyright strikes on various songs. So I had to just none. So yeah, what was I going to do? I was going to start a game. At the very least. Let me play that. There we go. And let me grab the audio. Okay. All right. Okay, so Gambler Table opens with the privacy agreement. Hold on a second. IP address, player data. Okay, so they're pretty much grabbing analytics. Okay. Gambler's Table is an automation game where you toss coins to earn money. Buy bigger and better coins, unlock upgrades, and hire little helpers to automate the process and take care of all the busy flipping work for you. Simple, satisfying, strangely compelling. Well, I think we'll be the judge of that, won't we? Let me make sure you can see everything. Yep, okay. It's a coin. I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip it again. And again. There we go. Okay. Thank you so much for playing Gambler's Table. We are a 2-man team and working on this game in our free time. Okay. Sounds good to me. Let me quickly look at settings. I did come in earlier to check that this is there, which is good. Oh. There's a Twitch integration. Let me go check their Steam page real quick to see if they mention what the Twitch integration does. They don't mention what it does here. Let me check their discussion forums real quick. Okay, in that case, we won't use it for now, only because I don't know what it does. Let's see here. Oh, accessibility. Okay, you can change the cursor size. This one's really nice. Automatically flip a coin every second. So if you... It's an accessibility feature, but if you really just want this to be like... You do the stuff for me and I'll work on the upgrades. You can also do that. That's really nice. The game does have achievements. And yeah, I'm curious what the Twitch integration is, but since there's nothing coming up on the pop-up, I'm going to leave it alone for now. Flipping coins to heads grants you a skull token. Spend skull token at the capsule machine to win new hats for your helper. We don't even have a helper yet, so let's keep flipping. Okay, now we can afford a helper. The helper automatically flips the copper coin to make earning effortless. Okay. Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to buy another coin. Oh, I'm going to... Oh, interesting. It grants $1 per successful flip to tails. Hey, wake up. I can't believe the helper went to sleep on me. Okay, we'll buy another coin. Okay, so now we can spend skull tokens. Oh, we need like 500? Okay, never mind. We're gonna need more than that then. All right. Well, then I'll just keep flipping while you flip. And buddy, you gotta come on, buddy. You gotta keep up with me. You gotta match my energy here when it comes to the flipping. I'm gonna buy another helper the first chance I get. Okay, so you only earn... So when the coin comes up heads, you don't earn money. When the coin comes up tails, you do. So those 3 flips didn't help. Let's buy another helper. Yeah, get to work. So this is an interesting kind of additional piece to the auto battler is auto clicker, is that you don't actually earn money on every flip. That's kind of interesting. Oh, there's also a skill tree. Hold on. Okay, we don't have any points, but the first one of the... That's a lot of zooming out. One of the first things we can do is helper focus, so we can decide what coins are going to be flipped by the helpers. It also adds plus $5 to when a copper coin is flipped by the helper. Okay, but how much do we need for a skill tree point? I'm not sure yet. Let's see here. That's home. We'll have upgrades. So the copper coin gives an additional $1, or... Now this is nice. Eventually you'll be able to flip the coins by just hovering over them. That's cool. And you can make the helper more efficient. What else we have? Tactics. So you can actually tell it to ignore certain coins. So maybe you want to focus on the bigger coins versus the non. And then here's our info. So our stats. And finally hats, which I think we need to earn way more tokens to get the hats. Okay, so I think I'm gonna upgrade one hard worker after we get some money. I guess I better flip myself to get some money, huh? Okay, hard worker. That made you a little bit faster. Ooh, nice. You're already moving. Okay. So if we can earn up to the silver coin, which is a lot. So I think the probably better option is to go with smaller copper, like go with a bunch of copper coins. Okay, so they will flip any, like, it's not like, okay, you only have, hey, wake up. Sorry, buddy. I need you on. You're at a 1 and I need you at a 10, okay? It is very adorable. And I really like that for a clicker, because I like clickers, but sometimes, like, my hand is not always happy to have to click in the early levels. So I like that you can buy a helper right away. Even if the helpers fall asleep, you know, it's fine. Let me look at our... Okay, so we get some achievements here. I was wondering if you could, like, redeem the achievements for stuff, but no. Alright. I'm gonna buy more coins. It seems like the coins are pretty... What's interesting is, though, because the coins don't flip in place, you kind of have to chase them a little bit. More coins. Okay, we're going to try upgrading the copper coins to have them give more money. So, time to flip. Now that's interesting. The coins landed close to each other, so I was able to kind of... The clicking radius is interesting. Okay. And like we noticed in the accessibility settings, if you want to start by having the coins just flip themselves. Now I'm doing it. Flip themselves every second. You can already do... Wake up. You can already do that. Hey, Puddle Glump, thank you very much for the resub. I appreciate that. Welcome on in. Okay, so let's increase the value of our copper coins. So now they're given 2 monies per flip. Oh, sorry. The quick flip is 1,000. It might take us a while to get there. Hey, wake up. I like when you click them to wake up, they're like, oh, I was not sleeping. I was just chilling. You were sleeping, buddy. It's fine. I just need you to, like, I need you to be on it. Stop it. Let's buy another helper. I still need... Okay, so there will be more capsule machines, but I still need 300 skulls to buy a hat, so... So with this, it feels, and this is, you know, everybody plays these the way that you want to play them. I like to increase the value of small things. So I like to say, let's get more coin. Let's get more money per flip. That makes sense in my brain. But yeah, sadly, an idle game, I will play idle games far more than I should admit, because I love them. They make the brain go brrr, if you will. Okay, now let's go ahead and activate that accessibility option to automatically flip a coin every second. Oh, I see. So it actually doesn't automatically flip a coin. What it does is you don't have to click. Okay, so that's another nice thing is it's not really hovering to click, but you can see there's a little timer. So once per second, your cursor will automatically click on the coins. So it isn't flipping them for you. You still have to hover over them, but you don't have to click. That's a nice way to interpret that. Hey, get up. Okay, I'm gonna go for the silver coin. Get up! Also gonna turn that back. Okay, so now I understand how that works. Oh, okay, let's... Oh, doesn't look like that's working right now. That's fine. Okay, silver coin time. Okay, it grants $20 per successful flip to tails. It also takes longer to flip. That's interesting. I have 355 skull tokens, so I might be able to buy a hat soon. Okay, we're gonna buy the maximum copper coins too. Just everybody flipping everything. So a gold coin will cost 10,000 monies. Interesting. Let's see, from copper to silver to gold? Probably, especially since you think about the larger denomination getting bigger. I never really think much about minting coins, which feels weird now that we've gotten rid of the penny. And I was in the store, and there was a sign saying, basically, because of the low distribution of the penny now, that they would just start rounding, like they would round things to 5 cents. One way or the other. And I'm like, okay, this is what happened now. All right. Existing in what should be fiction is so weird. Like, it's weird every day. Especially today, which didn't really hit me until earlier, thinking about what day it is. And I'm like, yeah, all right. Okay. Yeah, no, it's also got the good, it's got the good sounds too. Get up. Okay, so I think to buy the quick flip, I just need 1,000 monies. Okay, so quick flip will let me flip the copper coins just by hovering. So you actually need to buy an upgrade for each, like, easy flip. Oh, the helper couldn't flip the silver coins before. So I've got to decide how I'm going to do this. Because I can make the helpers ignore the copper coins, but if they can't flip the silver coins, then I need to just work on flipping the silver coin myself. It also does seem like it's slightly heavier, like it's not bouncing around the screen like the copper ones do. So yeah. Excellent. Okay, we've earned our first $1,000 and now we're going to spend it. So now I can just do this. But you still need to flip the... Okay. So the next thing I need is to increase the amount that my copper coins make. So each of them make 5, so now, you know... Yeah, okay. So really now it's fine to flip the... Do we have 500? We can buy a hat. Ooh, it's a rare hat. Who do I put the... Oh, okay. Now they all have turtle hats. Amazing. Okay, I need to make them able to hold the... to flip the silver coin. So I need to earn some more monies. Oh, I was wondering what was going on here at the bottom. The skill tree is very slowly building up, so I need 30,000. Looks like I need like, yeah, 30,000 earned to get 1 skill point. Okay. Hey, Springleaf, welcome on in. This is so cute. Okay, bigger hands. So now you can flip the silver coin. And now I need to buy some more silver coins. Stop going to sleep on the job. Because yeah, if they can flip the silver coin, then I need more silver coins now. Because I can flip the copper coins by just mousing over them. Yeah, this is like dangerous. This is a problem for me. So let me tell the helpers to... Okay. Wait, I think I can... Hold on. Can I tell the helpers to ignore one or the other? Or does it just ignores my clicks? Okay, so I can't tell the helpers not to do something. But since they couldn't pick up the silver coins until now, it didn't matter. So now they'll hopefully do everything. Okay, let's buy some more helpers then. Well, my stats tell me how many coins I have on the field. It won't tell me how many I have on the field, so I was like, can I get a helper for every coin out here? I want to get, can I get a lemonade stand for my helpers? Like, because it feels like they just need like a little canteen or a break. They're also all wearing turtles on their heads, which, you know, I am to blame for, technically. But they just need like a little, maybe they need a little smoke break or something. Okay, can we increase the value? Okay, increasing the value of the silver coin is 400 monies. So yeah, this is already rather satisfying, and this is just the demo, so this is dangerous for me. It reminds me a bit of when we played the DVD logo bouncing game as well. Like, this is trouble. And I kind of like that the helpers, it's the helpers that flip the thing. Like, you can't just get a setting that says, okay, the coins will flip. The coins will flip on their own. I don't have to do anything. No, it's like you have to buy the helpers. It's like Mr. Rogers says, look for the helpers. What am I even going for next? Am I trying to get to a certain thing? Oh, I can only unlock this when I have greater than or equal to 20 copper coins, so I need more copper coins. And by doing that, now I can increase the speed of their flip. But did I lose? No, okay, so I still have that. I can increase the speed of their flip. I can also increase 25% like more value. This is interesting. So now you notice the silver coin took a longer time to flip. Eventually we'll be able to increase the speed of that as well. Okay, that's clever. And again, dangerous. So we're, you know, and now I'm thinking like, I should just increase my helpers. Like, yeah, just make them faster. Number go up. I have another skull token, so we can buy another hat. Sleepy! Aw. Okay, so let's randomize the hats. Now we have some sleepy hats and some turtle hats. So ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. No, no sleeping. I know I gave you sleepy hats, but no sleeping. You have coins to flip. No honk, no shoe, and absolutely no me. No. I deny you the honk shoe. Okay, let's see. So, okay, we only have like 1,000. For gold coins, we need 10,000. Let's increase the ability of our workers. A little harder work. And another silver coin. So yeah, I could sit here and do this all evening, but I shan't. But this is very cute. It's a lot of fun. And it's just nice to see smaller teams and smaller devs still finding something fun. You know, it is, I won't say that the auto idle clicker is an abandoned genre. I know because I love these games, so I'll always try to find them. But it's really nice to see new takes on it come out. And yeah, this one is satisfying. As you can, like, I clearly, my behavior says I have no intention of stopping anytime soon. But I will stop for now. What I wonder is, do you have offline progress? Or when you come back, does it just start where you left off? In the meantime, though, it is time for more helpers. Okay, so yeah, this is adorable. Let me see here. Close the game. Can I go back to the main menu? Oh, that's nice. You can actually save. You can save your data as a text file and load that. So perhaps you, if you didn't have Cloud Sync, or you open this up and you didn't have a Steam account synced, you could just do that. That's nice. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and shut the game down. That's cute. That is really neat. Are you sure? Yes. It made me confirm 3 times. Like, are you sure? Yes. Close the game. That was cute. That is available in the Steam store right now if you are so curious about Gambler's Table. And let's see, did we... so there's a demo out, and it looks like they are looking to have that out in next week, so January 11th. So hopefully that all goes well for them. I can see that one of the hats in the screenshot is a golden rare, and it's just like a golden fish. So that's kind of fun. Let's see, what time are we at? We are just shy of 5, so I am going to run a little break, do a little breaky break, and I may just sit here for a moment and get warm because like my hands got a little, like my hands got nice, but then like it's suddenly so quiet without the flips. I'm sorry. Although the clip command seems to have worked. Yay. I'm not gonna, you know, like knock wood, but the clip command seemed to have worked. If I add a flip command, I don't know what that would do. Would that flip me over? Would I suddenly appear like over there, like flip? I don't know. But yeah, let me run the ad now, just in case we get anybody coming in to say hi, so they get missed, so they do not get caught up by the ad. Is the words that I was trying to say. So I'll do that, and I will see you back in about 3 to 5 minutes, and we'll move on to Black Jacket, which looks like a roguelike blackjack-based deck builder. And as you know, I love gamble-based things. I love card and dice built roguelites. So yeah, I will see you all after the short break. Bye. Okie dokie. The ad break should be done. Um, I am unsure if I have ads actually enabled on YouTube yet. I do have like the first few steps of monetization, which is I can allow people to buy like subscriptions and I can have people send like money for super chats and things like that. Um, I think I need to go a little longer before I'm eligible for ads in my videos and shorts and stuff like that. So, but since I now have I now almost always have something to turn into something for YouTube, whether it's a small video or a long video. It's nice to be able to sit down every day. Sometimes I do it in the morning, sometimes I do it in the evening, and I'm like, ooh, what's like the vibe? Um, the one that I went out today was a little bit longer and a little more involved because I had to cut out a lot of pauses in between the responses, but then I had to figure out where to put back in captions that represented what chat was saying to me. Um, so that was fun. And I decided to use the captions to do that versus if I put them on the timeline, I would have wanted them to appear in different places and that takes more timelines. And I'm like, I'm not doing all that. Not doing all that. I already took a break, bot, so shut up. Silence, machine. Also, Puddle Glum, thank you for the resub. 14 months, I appreciate that. Let me pop this out here so I can say thank you. I do feel like if I were Dazzler, I would just have this happening around me all the time. Like I would just be constantly taking in ambient noise and walk around with a permanent, like, prismatic glow around me. It also reminded me of the character from DP7, which I realize is a relatively obscure throwback to the first version of the new universe. Um, but her powers when they manifested, she would sparkle and glow. Unfortunately, the point of the new universe was that it was set in quote unquote our universe. I haven't actually looked up the number to see if they might not have, to be honest, they might not have even given the new universe a number initially because they didn't want it to be any superhero thing. They wanted to say like what would happen to our world if something happened and people actually started developing these powers. And for most of them it was not good. And I kind of liked that interesting take. Um but I know they've tried to bring back crossovers into the new universe since, and none of them have ever captured that first moment. And I know Marvel said, hey, we've got these characters sitting on the shelf. Should we use them? And they tried, and it just never captured the same, it didn't capture the same vibe. They even brought like the new universe into Quasar back when Quasar was full 90s Wendell Vaughn with like long hair, mullet, bare arm, like sleeveless cutout. Like it was, comics have been a thing. They really have been a thing. But next up on the is Black Jacket, and Black Jacket is oops. Sorry, I'm trying to grab the link for y'all. It's Earth 148611. Ha, interesting. Why? Okay, hold on. Now I got to see why. Because is it like 19? Is it like because it's 1986? Mm, okay, sorry. I love when they find a fun way to like give the names to the things. Um, like the name, like basically the number, the classification of the Earth that the Fantastic Four are on, has a number that is special to their creation. So, but yeah, hello. There we go. So Black Jacket, the demo is in the Steam store. Let's see here. And it looks like it will be out in 2026. So we'll take a look at it and we'll see how it goes. So let me get it started and captured and all those good things. It's already plenty bleak, and I kind of love that. So Black Jacket. Gamble your way out of hell in this blackjack-inspired roguelite deck builder. Play powerful card combos or cheat to outwit your opponents and earn your freedom. Win their soul coins, bribe the ferryman, and uncover the story of those who stand in your way. I'll quickly check our settings. I adjusted a few things earlier. Yep, borderless, sound down. It says display speech bubbles. I don't know if that's... I'm not sure about that yet. Play the tutorial. Yes. All right. It's a work in progress. Some texts have not yet been translated or are not in final quality. Full controller support is currently being worked on. So we'll go with mouse and keyboard. I already like the art. It's interesting to see what looks like a desperate gambler and people like pulling and depending on them. But let's have a look and let's start up.
Without a gasp, a flicker of memory, or even a name, you wake in the underworld. Souls shamble restlessly under a crimson sky. Somewhere in the distance, the ferryman awaits you. For a price, he might take you back to the life you were robbed of. But you'll need coin. Lots of it.
Interesting.
You are finally here again. How I have missed you. My name is Reed. You might struggle to remember me, that's all right. Let's get back to something familiar. Here, take some coins. I won't ask you to pay me back. It's a gift. Now, we must both pay the blind. And cards, of course. Draw one and place it on the table.
Okay. We have a deck. It's very simple. Oh, I do like the artwork. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Oh. Well, it's an 8.
Now it's my turn. The goal is to get close to 21, but not over. If your cards add up to 22 or more, you bust. Since you only have an 8, you are safe to draw.
But as the song said, bustin' makes me feel good. We're not supposed... Okay. All right. Yeah, one of the first games that my father taught me and my brother was blackjack, because it was a very simple, you know, he was never like, he wasn't trying to take kids to a casino, but decks of cards, back in the day were the ultimate thing because you could learn so many different card games with them. So blackjack was one of them, and he used to love to play this against us, and I was never very good at it until I learned to read him and not the cards. And then it was a different story. Okay, so we have a 17.
My turn again. 17 is a risky spot to be in. If you draw a 5 or higher, you bust. I suggest you pass.
Yeah, I would pass on a 17.
Let's see. Once we've both passed, we compare our cards and see who wins. Oh no. It seems I've gone over 21.
Must be my lucky afterlife.
Because I busted and you didn't, you won. The winner gets their bet back, and the loser's coins go to the pot. The winner's pot holds all the coins we lose. If I lose my last coin, you get everything in the winner's pot. Your opponent will always take the first turn. It's just a little rule I made to help you out.
Okay, what do these mean? Oh, so if we play something in this slot, it pays coins into the bet. Okay, I really like that everything... I also love the sound effects. They're really good. Everything on the screen, if you hover over it, it will tell you. So that's really nice. Okay.
Soothing,
okay.
Isn't it?
Oh, don't tell me a card game is soothing. You're just trying to make me bust.
Oh, an ace. Try putting it into your sleeve instead of playing it.
Sleeve? So if I can pay 2 more and put an ace up my sleeve.
Every time you sleeve, some of your coins are moved to the bet. Since you didn't play a card, it is still your turn.
So we're already seeing our first ability to cheat. Okay, that gives us a 12.
Another.
12 is still a pretty safe bet. If that had been yeah, see, that couldn't be a 10 because our deck actually doesn't, like the deck doesn't have the ability to have 2 of the same card. Okay, that's going to be a 15.
You might have noticed already that some slots on the table have costs. See what happens when I play into it. Playing a card into the slot forced me to raise the bet. Most souls you encounter will try to avoid this for as long as they can. Don't worry. Take a chance.
Oop. Thank you. I forgot to change the category. Okay, so that's an interesting mechanic, is that most players you've come up against will try to avoid using those last 2 slots. So most players will try to avoid, I'm sure, unless they have a really good hand, are going to only want to stop at that 3rd slot. I also really like, you can see there's like symbols on the cards. Hold on, can I view my deck again? Little symbols as well, like little marks. It's very nicely done. Okay, take a chance. Take a chance, take a chance. So that's going to cost me 1, but it'll leave me with a 19.
Pass. You are at 19.
So.
You should also pass.
Yup. I feel like you're going easy on me.
Well done. How wonderful. An ace.
So the ace is definitely 1 or 11. I have an ace up my sleeve. They didn't sleeve that. Maybe the people I play can't sleeve stuff. Okay. This is also a really gentle, if you didn't already know the rules of blackjack, this is a really, really gentle primer on playing blackjack. Okay, got a 10.
10. Seems we're both in luck today.
However,
now's a good time to talk about slot effects. You start each encounter with 2 of them in your rightmost slots. If you play a card there, the effect is activated. Play your ace into any slot with an exploit effect. It will force me to pay my last coin into the bet.
Okay, so not only by using this slot, I have to pay a coin into the bet, but, hey Amalia, welcome on in. But by playing a card in this slot, I can force the opponent to put more coins in the bet. So I'm going to take my sleeved ace.
Notice that your ace has two values, an 11 and a 1. Cards with multiple values, like aces, will automatically use the value that brings you closest to 21. You have a blackjack, which is the best hand in the game. You should pass.
Yeah. Although you also have 21.
Pass. Remember, a blackjack beats everything, even 21. To get a blackjack, you need an ace and any card with the value 10. If neither one of us have a blackjack and our total values are the same, the highest card is the tiebreaker. And just like that, I am out of coins. You win. You get all the coins that have built up in the winner's pot. If you bring them to a shop, you may spend them to improve your deck.
Okay. So the main point, okay, keep a close eye on how many coins you have. If you lose them all, your journey is over. So the middle one is the coins that we have to bet. These are the coins that we have won and we use in the shop, but we still are only betting with 8 coins. The point of every enemy we encounter, every player we encounter, is to make them run out of their coins while not losing all of our own, while also playing blackjack. I really like the artwork. I gotta say, I really like the artwork. Oh. So the boss, we can already see what the boss is. The boss is Morgan. Morgan uses diamonds, suits, and something lucky? Maybe? Something wild? Also, Morgan has a special power. Exhaust each sleeved card at the end of the round. So if I sleeve something and I don't use it, it will go away. And I believe exhaust means it won't be redrawn. Oh, sorry, continue. This icon represents the boss. You will find them in different realms each time you take your journey. So this is the boss that's here. There are 2 other bosses that are not here. Okay. Hover over the boss icon to see their curse. A curse is a negative modifier that will be active during your encounter with them. So yeah, that's the cheater's folly. More importantly, keep a lookout for shops. In addition to what you see in the realm, there will always be one shop after every boss. Now visit a shop. Reed is waiting. Okay, so I can see what my enemies are going to be by hovering over these as well. Okay, so the hand is a game. The bell awakens a new card. This doubles up a card. Double up. This is a variety. Gain 6 coins. Another shop. Okay, so let's just go to the shop. Let's go to the mall.
Oh, hello. Such a pleasant surprise. When you
It is a
start
pleasant
journey,
surprise.
You will choose 3 suits that will be in that journey's shops. For this journey, I have already chosen a few good ones for you. The clubs are my favorite. Coins in the winner's pot will be spent first, but you may dip into your personal stash as well. Have a look around. Try awakening a card or buy something new. It is all up to you. You may leave whenever you want.
Welcome on in, Raiders. And hi, we are playing Black Jacket, which is a blackjack-based card roguelite deck builder. Okay, so we've hovered over a card and used the middle mouse button to focus on it. Insight. So if anybody is familiar with Magic the Gathering terms, this probably works more like that. Insight is to look at and rearrange the top X cards of the opponent's deck. You may put them on the top or the bottom. So this lets you really like view the card. Okay, exhaust. When this card would be discarded from the table, it is removed from until the end of this encounter. So we talked about exhaust with the boss. The boss's curse is anything I put up my sleeve gets exhausted at the end of the round. So if I put it up my sleeve, I better use it before the round is up. Okay. What is this? Gain 1 coin at the start of each encounter. Add 2 random awakened club cards to your deck. All right, I forgot. Let me view my deck. My deck, I'm dealing with diamonds. However, I haven't seen any... Like, I haven't yet seen any advantage or disadvantage to using a suit. So I'm not sure what... Okay, I'm going to buy this one. Ah, okay, so sorry, I wasn't paying attention. So the suits now is explaining to me. The Diamonds suit is low complexity. Diamonds can rearrange the top cards of your deck and let you play multiple cards into the same slot. Clubs. Clubs are medium complexity. Clubs can drain the value of other cards and may discard them. Let's try awakening a club. Okay. Bolster. Bolster moves 4 coins from the winner's pot into your bet. Interesting. This can be a 6 or a 0. Wow. And it also has drain. It drains and discards each adjacent card. So, like, this one card could be placed down. This one card could be put between 2 cards and take all of their value, which would be really interesting. Okay. Tripping Crutch, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. Hello. How is Marvel's Midnight Suns treating you? Okay, raise 1 means I put X coins into the bet, but it also forces... Okay, so raise 1, exploit 1 basically means that both of us put coins into the bet. And this card trades places with its target. I'm going to try the 6 because I'm really curious. And I have 1 coin to... I'm just going to leave that alone.
Before you leave, one last piece of advice. Your deck comes with face cards. Try playing them next to each other and see what happens. Don't fear defeat. I will always be here for you. Good luck.
I love a little secret. Play face cards next to each other and see what happens. We love a little secret. Okay. All right, awaken card. Choose 1 card. What does awaken do? Oh. It'll show you. What is whisper? Okay. So first off, by awakening it, I turn it into a hollow card. Another card can be played on this card. Both card values remain active. Whisper. This effect triggers when a card is played into this card's hollow slot. Whisper effects are not optional. So if I play this card, and then I play another card on top of it, I get Insight too. Okay, so you don't get hollow. Hey, Andrew. No, this is not Go Fish. This, my friend, is blackjack. Ooh. Actually, I'm going to go with the 9. The 9's whisper value sets the played card's value to 1. No worries, Esoterica. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Let's awaken you. All right, we have... cocktails weren't needed for work, but I did have one when the day wound down, so... Alright, there's another shop here, but I'm wondering what these variety things do, because I love a random encounter. So I'm going to go with this soul. The soul has 4 monies, 11 cards, and 1 awakened card.
I know what you've done.
Wow, I feel like I'm being attacked here. Oh, this is a suit. Okay. It's actually a blank card. So they have to awaken it to... Okay, so there is a suit that is a blank suit. Hey, Briggsy, welcome in. Alright. Also, if I place the card here, it gains hollow. If I place a card here, it demands a face card. But only if that's the top 3 of my card. Okay, so let's start here. Okay, let's place the 10 here. I like that as you get closer to like the 21, you get little flames. Like, okay. See, that's an 18. I'm going to pass on an 18.
It's all your fault.
So I still have to make them run out of money. And these are other souls. So the overall narrative of the game is that I have died and I am playing against other souls to gain coin so that I can bribe the ferryman to maybe return me to my life. So the people I'm playing, they Angie. They're probably all doing the same thing. Ooh, you just forced me to nice, you just forced me to ante. Interesting. Haha.
Pass.
Yeah, because I have 20, so suck it.
You thief! Cheater!
I didn't even cheat this time. You're just mad because you lost. I didn't cheat. I got lucky. You just mad because you lost. Okay. Variety. Does this mean I get to pick a card? Okay. Interesting. So if I play this, I put in 1 coin, but it forces them to put in 2. This one is the hollow card, so a card gets played on top of it. Hey, Nick. A card gets played on top of it, and then I get to look at the top 2 cards in my deck and put them on the top or the bottom. This lets me look and rearrange the top X cards of the opponent's deck. This actually is now powerful, I'm realizing. So let's take that one. Okay, and this one is Solitude. Does that mean I got rid of a card? No, it's just... Okay, it's picking one up. Okay, put 2 impulse cards. Oh, these cards summon other cards. Okay, so 2 impulse cards on the top of their deck. The impulse card forces them to raise 1. But it puts it on the top of their deck, so they have to play it. That's the interesting thing about making blackjack the game, is you have to play the card. If you choose to draw a card, you have to play it. Unlike other like Slay the Spire type games where you are forming an entire deck in your hand that you know what's there. But Blackjack, it's you draw it, you got to play it. Okay, what do you do? Languish card. A Languish card is hollow, but it's also -6. So it's a broken card. It's fantastic. Okay. Betrayal. So a Betrayal card, it decreases the adjacent cards by 3. So they have to play it. And it... oh, wow. These are powerful. And also, okay, an Impulse card, I believe, is a force. I want Betrayal. Like many reality competition shows, I am not here to make friends. I am not here to make friends. Okay, let's take on Morgan. Morgan is the big boss at the end of this level. Morgan has a curse. The curse is Cheater's Folly. So if I sleeve a card, which is another way to cheat, then it exhausts it. So we're going to try not to sleeve cards unless I'm going to use them right away.
Ain't you a sight for sore eyes? Pull up a chair. You and me are gonna have ourselves a friendly game. Like I always say, let the good times roll.
As it's a card game, is Ben Starr in it? I mean, technically, it would make sense. I don't believe so, but, you know, he could be. Could be. Saxton, hey, welcome on in, and thank you for gifting that subscription to Electric Frog. I appreciate that. Okay. Okay. So it's interesting. I can also use these to increase the value. I can pay and use these to increase the value on something. Okay. Now my opponent always goes first. I also like that I can pass with a 0. I wonder why, if that's a thing I'd want to do later. Okay, this is just a 5, so alright. Okay. They played a hollow card, which means they can play another card on top of it, and if they do, they get to look at the top 2 cards of their deck and then put them on the top or the bottom. I've got a 7, that's 12. Okay, you now have 21. So... oh... So I can pass, and basically I can, because this will give me 11, this will give me 18. I have 20. That's not... okay, but I appreciate I can put them... okay, I'm going to put you on top of you. So I'll take the 2 next round. Arrgh.
Pass.
Yeah, there's really no point to me. Like, you've already got 21. There isn't a whole lot that I can do. Wait a second. Is there? Duh. Math, Brian. Duh. I can increase this 2 by 1. I can pay 1. I pay 1 to do it. But now I also have 21. You still win, though, because you have the highest card. I think. Yeah. Okay. So...
still got it.
I shouldn't have done that. But, oh well. Okay. Morgan played something with insight, so they moved whatever this is to the top of their deck. Alright, I already knew this was going to be a 6 because I moved it there myself. You put an impulse card on the bottom of my deck? Fine. Cool. Cool. Alright, it's 20, but I have the highest card. So I should win this round.
All that for nothing.
Oh, it's just a draw. Okay, so we each got our bet back and we put it back in. You put that on the top of your deck. You did. Oh. Oh. Well, you want to go? Let's go.
Woo! Here comes the ace.
So here's the interesting thing. Yeah, I already know that my club is a 6. The club as a 6 will drain and discard each adjacent card. So I could turn this, I mean, that's the cheating part. I already know what this is. So the 6 would gain both the 11 and the 8, so that would be too much. So I'm going to pass and force her to basically play another card or also pass. Okay, so I win this one.
Yeah. Just take them already.
But I am already starting behind the 8 ball. Oh, I also see here, I want them to bet their soul coin, because that is what I need to move on. So I need to basically make Morgan bet everything. So yeah, this is a 6. As expected. Insight 2 on their deck. Okay, they have a 13 and the 8, so we're putting that one at the bottom. Oh, I forgot to... no, don't be afraid to ask. It means I wanted to show you something that was down there and I forgot to bring myself back in. I've been doing my best not to make any funny faces, so you haven't missed anything. I'm going to put both of these on the bottom of their deck because screw you. Dang it. Okay, you still had a 5. Fine.
Woo! Here it comes.
I've got 16 to their 18. I've got to try it. That'll only give me 17. It also put a betrayal card on the top of their deck. Dang it. Dang it. Alright, that's on me. Dang it. I should have left it where it was.
Just the luck of the draw.
Okay, well, no matter what, they're going to have to decrease the adjacent cards by 3, so... There. Alright, we'll put the 10 down. The 3? Okay, it's 13, but actually it's, each of them is going to go down by 3, so that's actually 7, which means Morgan's going to have to use these slots and pay in more. What have I got? Oh, come on! I can't afford it. I can't afford it. That means... Fudging fudgicles. That leaves me with a
Ready?
19. Yeah, that leaves me with a 19. So the 6 here drained each adjacent card and took all of its value.
Could have sworn I had that one.
But yeah, I am in T-rubble. Okay. Okay, 16 plus that's going to bust, so let's put you here, and we will change your value to a 1. And we'll put a betrayal card on top of your deck. Which then decreases the adjacent cards by 3. I'm not going to risk it on a 17, so you're going to have to fill your cards in. And you have no choice. Come on! A push? Really? Woo!
There's always next time, baby.
Okay. Morgan has anteed their soul coin. This is what I need to win. I can't afford... Oh, that's interesting. If I do this, it actually destroys coins in the winner's pot. And you don't have enough points. Okay, so I could do this by taking out the winner's pot. Okay, alright, good to know. Okay, I'll take that 8. I like the animation for the insight too. Like, that's nice. Okay, that'll be a 14. Oh, you're staying on top. You can go to the bottom. You're staying on top because I need that 7. Now I can look at the top 2 cards of their deck and put them back on top or bottom in any order. So your ace is going away. Your 10 is going to stick around because a 10 makes you make bad choices in this game. But I got 21.
This is the best part.
So unless you've got something up your sleeve that can only be a value of 1 or can change the game, I think I'm good.
Woo! Nice one. Kept me on my toes. Not so many folks around here can do that. Kinda reminds me of this person I used to, well, we'll have plenty of time for that later.
Wait, I want to hear the story. Okay, interestingly enough, it looks like...
That, golden coin you won? Yeah, I kinda need it back. They are bound to the person they were made from. If you try to walk away with it, it's just gonna disappear. I think. But I did lose it. So if you like, I can trade you something valuable for it. See if there's anything you like.
Okay, that's interesting. So I won the boss's soul coin. Ooh. This is an ace pack. That's nice. Let's see here. Also, do we know this? Spades shuffle destructive cards into the opponent's deck and can rearrange. Yeah, we did know that. So if I lose this, I may as well spend it. Okay, we can burn 2 cards in our deck. I don't think we want to do that. I like the cards in my deck. We can gain 1 coin at the start of each encounter. The first time I sleeve a card each round, insight 1. Hold 1 additional card in your sleeve. That's the one. So I love the passive artifacts. Okay. Do I want anything else? I honestly don't have that much monies. because the winner's pot doesn't have that much in it. So I'm going to have to hold on, because if I spend anything, I'm going to take out of my own stash. I don't want to do that. Thanks for the game, Morgan. Okay, the transient. The boss here is Evil, and their curse is all effects that would cause someone to raise become exploit. So if I have a card that says I raise, it means that the other player has to actually put in, which makes me wonder if he has a lot of raise suits, a lot of raise cards. Okay. This is the burn a card. I almost never burn cards. Like, it's very rare that I'll find a card that I'm like, I just don't want you around anymore. So I think we're good. So we'll do variety. What is languish again? Oops, sorry. Languish is interesting. Okay, so Languish is an interesting card. In Blackjack, anything that removes your total by 6 sounds like it'd be a good deal. Except they also don't want to use those last 2 slots, so they'd be forced to. Which means that they would have to pay. So maybe we'll try Languish. But it also shuffles the card into their deck. It doesn't put it on the top or the bottom. And then Bolster. What is Bolster? Bolster moves the winner's pot into your bet. I'm going to go with the Languish. Again, we're not here to make friends. We are here to win. Okay, so you've got 7 coins. You've got 6 coins. I don't even know what that suit is. Let's find out.
I don't know about this.
Okay, so it's still considered a blank suit. Okay. If you awakened it, it would devour. Devour? What is devour? To devour a card, play it on this card. The devoured card's highest value is added to the card's value. Yikes. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's rough. But you're opening with a 10. That's strong. Okay. I'm opening with a 4. That's nothing. Insight 2 on their deck. Okay, they currently have an 18. This is a fascinating card. So, for a card to be broken, that's their keyword. Broken cards actually change the positive values to negative. Ooh, I don't like that. That'll give you 18, so I really don't like that. I'm curious to see how this goes. Like, I'd like to win, but I also want to see more of the mechanics. So let's go ahead and let you have that on top. Okay, so it gained them, so it already gained them -2. Okay, interesting. Alright, I have 11. I could use a face card. I don't get a face card. Ah, okay. Now they have put another card on top of it. They could keep stacking hollow cards on top of the hollow cards as well. So now they have a -4 to their 13. I have a 14. My spades are either a 6 or an 8. Let's hope that this is a 6. It is the 8. But it has multiple values. So it could be a 0. If I so chose, and it would shuffle a language card in their deck. Let's try this. So it doesn't actually change. Oh, it's a marked card. Like, it's literally a marked card now, so I know what it is. Oh, that's wild. Okay, yeah, shuffle the language card into their deck. Okay, now they have a 15. I've got to go for it. Oh. All right, I'm going to keep this in my sleeve. Yeah, I'm going to pass. Crap. Well played.
Here we go.
I like that, though. This card's marked. That's hilarious. Now, if you remember what your marked cards are, or you actually don't have to remember, because you can see it in your deck. Okay, that's clever. Okay, playing this puts a betrayal card on top of their deck. $13. That's going to decrease that by 3, so you actually have 12. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. Go. All right, I'm going to leave that in my sleeve. Clever. You have played your broken card. So that's a -6 to you. I like how their hand is also kind of tapping, like waiting on you, buddy. 15. I mean, the thing is I've got nothing no matter what, so. Holy balls.
Pass.
Oh, wait, did I? Damn it. I put it in the wrong spot. Okay, that's on me. I put it in the wrong spot.
I did it. Really?
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I was not paying attention. That was cute. That is really interesting. So yeah, it starts out basically with the rules of blackjack, but when you add like roguelite abilities to a card game, as we've seen with Balatro, they turn into embedded cheats. And like, I find it interesting to be able to see somebody else's deck, but blackjack is a really good game to do that with, because you don't have a traditional hand that you're playing to get a value. That's of course the beauty of blackjack, is it is luck. It is chance. It is the heart of the cards. Hey JD lady, welcome on in. So if you don't believe in the heart of the cards, I mean, it still doesn't help you. But yeah. That was really good. And yeah, if you're curious to try this out for yourself, it is in the Steam store right now. So yeah, that is interesting. And I like that you can mark cards for later. It was very obvious. I only added one like spade to my deck, so I already knew what the card would be because the suit of the card is on the back. That is another helper. If you perhaps had a deck that was all diamonds and you only had one spade or one club in it, you see that suit come up and you're like, okay, I know which card this is. But then there was another slot that let you mark the card. So if you really, really want to know, it's like, yeah, that's the card that's marked. Oh, that was good. That was fun. That like gave me a little goosebumps on that last round because I thought I was going to win and then I made a simple mistake and lost. But yeah, that's good. Black jacket. That's nice. Yeah, that was fun. Okay, that was well played. Pew, pew. All right. I think I got a little time, so we will get into power wash and we'll wash the cement mixer. Hopefully it won't take like forever, but we'll do that. What I will do now is I will run another brief ad. So give me like 5 minutes because I do want to take some food out of the fridge so I can warm something up for Dine. I think tonight's probably going to be collard greens and mac and cheese, which has been a nice little like satisfying meal. I'm going to have to freeze the potatoes, and I think I'm going to like freeze them up in my little silicone cube maker and have like, you know, potato cubes to put into things to add with like richness and sauce and creaminess because I have way too many potatoes. I I vastly overestimated my ability to get through a 5-pound bag of potatoes on my own, even over the course of like 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah. But I will BRB. I will see you right after the break, and we'll get into a little bit of power wash, and then we'll find someone to throw a raid out to. Steph, no worries. Thank you for hanging out, and I'm hoping the work lurk worked well for you. That's hard to say fast. It's hard even to say slow, honestly. You know. But yeah, so thanks everyone for hanging out. I will see you in a very few minutes after I get up and stretch my legs and maybe make another old fashioned because it's been that kind of day. But yeah, bye. Hello, hello. I've had time to take out some food and make another little drinky for myself. And yeah, we'll do a little bit of power washing because I haven't been on for 2 hours. So I'll probably go a little over two. I feel like this used to be a 2.5 hour thing, but on Tuesdays, it's nice if I can stop around 6 o'clock my time because that's about when I eat dinner. And, you know, I've taken up, I've still taken up less than a Marvel movie of your time. I always have to think of like when I stream, how much of people's time am I asking for? And when it starts to get to the length of a Marvel movie or any modern movie, then I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to go so y'all can like watch the closing credits and go do other stuff. Um, I did watch Wicked last night and it was great. And I thought about watching Wicked for Good or Wicked Part 2 tonight. I'm probably not going to do that since I'm streaming, but I might do it tomorrow after work since I will have a little more freedom of like two and some change. I can't remember. I think the part 2 is like 2 minutes and 2 hours and 45 minutes. Um, but I do know Wicked is a very big story. So they said like we have to do 2 movies, otherwise we're gonna have to cut way too much. But I think like the main thing though is I think they wrote a new song for part 2 of the movie because the play itself pivots around defying gravity. And the things that happen after that are still songs, but like defying gravity is the song. So if you just got that at the end of part 1, what do you even do in part 2? So I know there's a new song that they wrote for the film, but yeah. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to it. I was very happy that I did not spoil myself on the plot. Only the songs. There was a lot of singing yesterday. I am not the best singer, which is why I'm glad nobody was around. But yeah, I did see how many of the notes I could hit for a lot of those songs. And because it's Cynthia and Ariana, not many. Like not many at all. And then when like Kristen and Adina showed up in the movie as cameos, I was like, ah, shit, nah, there's just nothing. Just can't do it. Can't do it at all. But yeah, let me start up a little power wash simulator. Let's see. Can I? Yeah. Okay. I can sneakily like do that. And we'll use that to finish out the game. Finish out the. I had words and they're gone now. Finish out the stream. Do a little washy. And I will admit, like my wish list for 2026, and this is like if I were to make a wish on a star kind of thing, not like my personal wish list or something I can add, is that a nice multiplayer game comes out that a lot of people would like to play because I would love to do some co-streams this year. I would love to do some like co-op streams even, and all of us play like the same game because we're having fun with it. It would be nice to do that. But per usual, like everyone has different tastes. Things aren't cross-platform. Things cost money, so yeah. Oh, I actually didn't check to see the merman is not on the map, is it? No, like there's Mount Rushless. And the merman was out in the desert shooting a beam towards it, and that's gone. That's true. Are we 9 days away from the Animal Crossing update? So I definitely have to do a Sunday Animal Crossing stream because those kept me in a good mental health place during the rough times of the early pandemic. Is doing the Animal Crossing streams on Sundays really, and just saying like Sunday is going to be Animal Crossing day. That helped me more than I realize. Re-Wicked. Do I sing along with Elphaba's battle cry at the end of Defying Gravity? I did. And I backed it up to see if I could get it right. And like if you think of it as a battle cry, it's one thing, but you have to realize that it is at the end of a lyric. It is like it's like a vocal trill kind of. So it's like, so yeah, I wasn't good at it, but I did back it up and try it again. Because I've seen other people like try to spoof it in their stuff, and I've seen it used in TikTok videos and stuff like that. It is, I mean, like nothing about that is easy. Nothing about that is easy. Even more so that Cynthia and Ariana insisted on performing live mic'd on set. So while there may have been people going back and doing some sound editing to like refine the audio, much of what you hear in that film is them doing it live. Because they both were like, yeah, we're not gonna like lip sync our audio and do it. Like, I was just like, y'all are too damn impressive. The entire movie was gorgeous. I feel bad for waiting for so long, but the entire film was absolutely gorgeous, and it was a lot of fun. And if I were still dating somebody who is a musicals person, I'm sure I would have been dragged to see it in the theater. But I'm really glad I got to enjoy it at home. And I think I only had like 6 posts about it. Like, I didn't live post the entire film, but it was very good. So yeah, let's go watch a cement mixer. So how to unpack this? As far as I can tell, there are only 2 A Lummixes in the entire world, but we both live in the same county, with entries in the same recruitment directory. Melts the mind, I know. I'm Axel Lummix, hairstylist extraordinaire. The other A Lummix is Arthur, who's a temporary supervisor specializing in mining ops. Guess which one of us got called up to run things here for the day? Hey, Dance Lover, welcome on in. You know, depending on how much I'm willing to embarrass myself for the TikTok, I may record myself attempting to sing the end of the song. Oh, for fudging fudgicles. No, you can't have the game because I refuse. I've already messed this up once. I am not fixing it again. You have nothing but Power Watch Simulator audio now because I've done this twice now with the same damn game because I am a professional streamer that has been doing this for years. 4 years. Like, that's it. That's fuck this. I can't do this anymore. I can't do it anymore. All right. Let's wash a frickin' cement mixer. Twice. I can't believe, and it's the same game. And I'm just so used to playing this relaxing game that I'm like, surely they can all see what I can see, right? Surely that's what's going on. Incredible. Incredible. Axel Lummix. So this morning I get a call from an agency asking me to get myself to a mine at Mount Rushmore. That's weird, I think. All right. But then I think, don't be judgy McFrownerson. Miners need haircuts too. So there are 2 Axel Lummixes in the book, and the one that got called in is the hairdresser, not the miner. Incredible. I'm going to move this up just a bit so in case something else comes in. No, Amalia, that's totally valid. I was not doing a bit. I completely forgot. Yup. I appreciate you all. I do appreciate every single person in chat who says, politely or impolitely, hey, am I supposed to be seeing something? Because I have absolutely spaced. So thank you. Like 100%, I just completely spaced. Bumper bar. my goodness, it's so filthy. It's so dirty. I don't know why. Did I choose to start with the tires? I guess I did. Though up close, they do kind of like, they do look like they're actually play tires. Like they look plastic, more than rubber. I already see that we can turn on the cement drum, so that's going to be fun later on. Where's dirty on the tire? There we go. Also, this has some underneaths, like a lot of underneath bits. I don't even know how it got dirty up here. That's not how dirt does. But okay. Yeah, all right. That wheel well is super clean. Nobody get that dirty again. Okay, we need to... All right, that's one wheel well. I feel like some of these jobs, we were perfectly valid in saying, like, you know what? No, don't call me again. Absolutely not. I just cleaned up in here. You want it clean next time? Clean it yourself. So I drive out here all excited at the possibilities, but when I arrive, they immediately pop a hard hat on me. Oh no, not a hard hat. Not only is that extremely rude, but also, do you realize how long it took to get my pompadour pop-in like this? We are gacking our seatles and popping our pompadours in 2026. Okay, well the 2 wheel wells are done, so I'm done, right? No? Okay. More wheels. This is filth. You get the fire department needing stuff cleaned. Yeah, it's like when we bought this power washing equipment at a garage sale. You know, like some mystical thing happened to us that we just become the washer. Like nobody else can wash anything now because we're here. Okay, we gotta free the bear. Oh, you got a little safety vest on. Okay. Though there is like, I don't know, that like the little kid in me does kind of spark to like, okay, I'm cleaning a big truck. Amalia says, it's probably why we were able to buy the old power washing stuff for cheap. The last guy who was doing this felt the same way. Like, this might be an actual magic mantle that the last person said, nah, I'm good. It is like the Santa Claus, but for power washers. So I phoned my agency guy, and he explains he's booked the wrong lummox. fantastic, I think. Now what? I don't know if we accidentally I think it was just much more like they chose to stop being a power washer, you know? Like it's like the Twilight Zone episode where the person gets a genie who offers him 3 wishes and he can't figure out what he wants to do. And it's basically like it's almost pretty much the plot of Bedazzled before there was a Bedazzled, and by that I mean the original with Dudley Moore and Peter Cook. Is that right? Peter Cook? No. Yes. Whoever played the Reverend in The Princess Bride, that guy. He also played the male henchman of Faye Dunaway in Supergirl. Anyway, that Bedazzled. Because the one, as much as I do love Brendan Fraser, the one he was in was a crime compared to the original. Like, no. And if you haven't seen the original Bedazzled movie, I would absolutely suggest you do, because it is a delight. Hey, Tom, you're going to say the Power Wash equivalent of the Dread Pirate Roberts. The last Power Washer hands the Empire to you. Yeah. Hey, Steven, welcome on in. I'm either going to have to steal Steven's keyword, or I'm going to have to come up with my own, because this now makes the second time that I have forgotten to go into the game screen when I was playing the game. And I don't even know what to do with that anymore. Like, I thought I knew how to stream, and I don't know how to stream, apparently. So, yeah. If I can turn that rant into something that will be understood on the Tiki Talks, I will do my best. Because I gotta tell you, it does not matter how long you have been doing this, how many hours you've spent doing this, how many times you've got your scenes on. It is good content, you're right. How many times you got your scenes together, how many times you do this, that, or the other, you forget the most basic stuff every time. And it's like, how? How did I forget that? And I know how, because the power washing for me was the bonus content. So I wasn't super focused. I also was thinking about food. That usually gets me. I was thinking about food. I was going to say, how much... Hold on. What's dirty here? That's the step. Or is the step part of the... No, the step... Yeah, okay. Why are you dirty? Okay, cool. Why is the step dirty? Oh. This entire other side. That might be why it's dirty. Look, if you can get the W3C consortium to like accept herb as hypertext markup language tag, I'll be so happy. Even a markdown tab would be great. Markdown tag where you put that in there and it's just like a little disco ball shows up. Be fine. As someone who does front-end web development for a living, that would crack me up. Come up to an interview. So what have you done? Well, actually, I'm part of the standard. What do you mean? I'm part of the standard. Like you helped develop? No, I am part of the standard. Me. Like. So the agency guys tell me to improvise. He says that 93% of any job is one big confidence trick. This is not wrong. Well, I could do the fandango before I could walk, so confidence is one thing I do have. What? How could you do the fandango before you could walk? Scaramouche. Like, okay. Yeah, XML is wild, and it's lovely, and it's amazing, and it's incredible. You just have to make sure everyone's on the same page sometimes, or you're going to want to throttle another developer. Which is how I spend most of my work days. Like, nothing personal, but you're lucky we're remote. Yeah, this is such finicky bits on this step. There we go. Okay. Your older brother could correctly identify other cars by make. That's... I can't... like, my worst thing is when I have to use a car hire service. The app will very dutifully tell me what the person's driving. And I really want to tell the app, this means nothing to me. Like, they're like, oh yeah, they're showing up in like a Toyota something. And I'm like, what? And... So, Alien Traveler went down a rabbit hole because you're not sure if you've seen the original Bedazzled. You were under the impression Raquel Welch played the devil. That is not the case. Raquel Welch played one of the sins. She played lust. So, in this one, the devil, like... And for anyone who doesn't know the basic plot of Bedazzled, some down-on-his-luck guy is offered the chance to sell his soul for wishes by the devil. And if he makes a wish and he doesn't like it, he has like a code phrase to get out of it. In the original one, it was like Dudley Moore. I think it was Stanley Moon was his name. He's down his luck. The devil shows up. But you end up seeing like the devil's like house and the 7 sins live in it. So Raquel Welch is one of the sins. And to me, like I said, as much as I love Brendan Fraser, the original Bedazzled is vastly more entertaining. To me. And I love Brendan Fraser, but that was not the remake that we needed. Except everyone thinks it's the remake that we need. It usually isn't. All right, Axel says, I cobbled together a pop-up hairdressing salon and treat all the guys and girls to a spanking new angle. You should have seen them after a deep conditioning. Like leaping lambs on a spring morning. I'll be honest. The supervisor shows up and says, "Hey, I'm giving everybody a makeover." Yeah, you know, that would definitely get my attention. Hold on, what is that? Is it the cab? The cab body. Yeah, Liz Hurley does a good job. She does a good job in the new movie, as does Brendan Fraser. It's just because the way they chose to do it. Because the whole point, sorry, the other whole point is that the main character in the film is mooning over this one woman. So all of his wishes are, how do I become the person that she would want? And for they also did a weird Christopher Guesty kind of thing where in every one of the wishes it's like all the same people that he knows. So that was kind of odd, but you know, choices. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. I'm not a movie maker person, so you know, it's fine. But yeah, I prefer the original, and I'll put it on, and it has its own theme song. There is even another song in the movie that has its own music video because Dudley Moore was actually quite an accomplished musician. And like, it's fun. So if you haven't seen it and you have a way to see it, great. If you don't have a way to see it, let me know and we'll do a movie night. And then for fun, I'll make you all watch The Apple afterwards. For fun. No, I mean, it's great. The Apple's great. It's great. Who doesn't need an Adam and Eve allegory in a movie that was trying to chase the success of Rocky Horror Picture Show? Who doesn't need that? Okay, how do I get it? All right. Heh. We're at 69%. Nice. Nice. As we know, it's rather a nice number. Though if the kids want to make their stuff 6, 7, that's fine too. Because now I'm like, 69 works. I guess 67 would be if one of you had a cramp and had to like do some extent. You know what? I'm gonna stop talking. Yeah, I'm gonna stop now. Just saying. Sometimes you have to like, you know, when you have the cramp and you need to extend the leg, like, you know, or extend the part to like, you know. Have I gotten everything but the cement drum now? Not quite, but we can turn it on. I'm just gonna sit here, let this happen. See, I can tell that there's a little bit of drift. I'm not touching anything. At all. I am not touching anything. And this is the problem, and I do not know if it is a sensitivity within the game settings issue or my controller is just done, except that a lot of people have reported a drift issue with the new thing. The clip thing does work. I will let you know what I changed after stream. I will pop a note in your Discord. Oops, sorry. Let me get in the center. I'll pop a note in your Discord because yeah, what I needed to do was add in more delays. So I think what was happening with the API was the clip was being made, but we were asking for the URL way faster than the API was ready to serve it up to us. So that first thing of make the clip, it happened. I had to add additional delays so I got time to get the URL. Unfortunately, though, we got a bit carried away and left one of the mixers running. The cement dried, hence you're here. Agency guy said if I didn't fix the sitch, they'd dock my pay for a year. No, ouch you very much. So yeah, somebody's quick fix was add a delay. So, because we saw when I had people use the clip command, the clips were being made. They were in my clip screen. We just didn't get the URL. So I said, okay, yeah. So I think I delay it by the clip happens instantly, which also means you should be getting closer to what you wanted to capture with the clip. So the first thing that happens is the clip is taken. And then about a second and a half later, the URL pops up in chat. So yeah, just a bit of a delay. So yeah, I'll let you know what I did later. All right, let's go ahead and get the rest of this off. If I had to buy a new controller, that'd be fine. I think my controller is a few years old, so it's fine. Actually, my bad. I don't think I have to buy a new controller because I'm pretty sure when I bought this one, I bought two because they were on sale. So I have a spare. Even though you've been dev for well past a decade, start doing tech speak and fully understand. Yeah, I try to make sure. I mean, my job has trained me also because a lot of our clients are not techies. My job has trained me to explain things in a way that can be processed. So I know that when I'm talking to somebody who actually does techie stuff, they're like, "Oh yeah, I get you. I get you." So yeah, I think what we were doing with the original version of the clip thing is we were just hitting it faster than it could provide a result. Like when somebody's asking you a bunch of questions all at once and you're like, hold on. It was like that. It is the wildest thing where you're like, you know what? Let me just ease off my request. Let me just slow down, because you can see on the back end in the logs that it's doing what it's supposed to do, but sometimes by the time it does the thing you're expecting, other things have since expired, so it doesn't have the values anymore. So I'm like, yeah, let's just slow it down. And that was a suggestion I saw on Reddit. Yeah, okay. I didn't do any of that. There's definitely a problem with the drift on this game. That was a suggestion on Reddit of other people who were basically like, why is the clip command broken? And then somebody said, I just put a delay in mine and it worked. Yes, when you go through like step by step, oh, that makes me so upset. Because you didn't expect it to work. When you were looking for the error and you don't find the error when you go through step by step, and you're like, am I being punked? Am I on candid camera? What is happening right now? Okay, I don't know where else on the cement drum is dirty. Oh, wait. Hey! Burr, 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 burr. Alright. That does remind me, when on the break, I was looking at the Be Right Back screens, and I realized I need to change that one graphic to remove my Twitter handle from it. I do not begrudge anyone who is on Twitter who has to be there, whether because a lot of journalists, I get when game and PR companies are still on Twitter. I don't I'm not out here trying to be like, ugh. But if you don't need to be on there for anything related to your job, get off of Twitter. The party is legitimately over. And it sucks to say that, but it's over. So I need to adjust my my BRB screens, or not, like a little slideshow. Someone asked if the government still needs to be on it in Parliament. Wow, that is a big swing, and I am here for that. Good for them. I mean, yeah. I was like, I wasn't expecting it to be a good response, but I'm glad somebody else. Okay. Do I need to get up on top of this thing? Ding. It reminds me of, I couldn't find the video. I looked, but I could not remember the exact wording. But someone today essentially somebody in our government today said they were starting articles of impeachment for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. To step down as like chair of Health and Human Services. And somebody said quite rightly, like, this won't do anything. But you have got to keep doing this over and over. You have got to keep hammering this idea into people's heads that this is wrong and needs to stop. And eventually it will take. And it reminded me, there was a TikTok video that went on Blue Sky a little while ago. It was of people saying like, hey, do you want to change things? Run for office. We'll help you. We'll show you how. But the video was very clear on saying, you're not going to win. But by running for office, you are given the chance to be on stage, microphoned up, talking about really important issues in public forums. And they repeated, chances are you're probably not going to win. But you do get to like have that platform. And it's the same thing with, with our Democrats here, who I know I don't often talk politics because my entire fucking life is politics. As in my entire life is fucking political. But it's what some of our politicians need to understand is you won't get a win, but if you hammer your messaging in and day out that this thing is bad, it's gonna catch on. But you have to be willing to fail. And they're not willing to do anything that looks like a loss. And we're like, baby, all we're doing right now is losing. Like, you need to get over that shit. So yeah, it's I would like to go back to living in precedented times. I would like to go back to living in the precedented times. I don't want this unprecedented shit anymore. I'm tired. And today of all days, because yeah, I kind of forgot what day it was, and then I went on social media and I was like, oh right, it's that day where everyone I knew was calling me to ask me if I'm okay. Hey, Atori Rena. Everyone was asking me to call if I was okay, and I said more people called me on January 6th than called me on 9/11. And they're trying to be like, oh, it was just a thing. Fuck all of y'all. And I don't mean in the good way, because you should be denied that kind of pleasure for the rest of your goddamn life. Sorry, I need to, like, just keep washing. Just gonna get up in here. There we go. I actually forgot to look around. What are you doing down here? It's not safe down here, Bubbles. Yes, you're cute, but it's not safe. You should not be here. Where are my other cats? This is a very large map. You are given a lot of places to run. Is there a secret down here? Like, allowing me to walk this far away feels like I got a secret. I'm also reminded of, like, Little Rocket Lab. Is the gnome, like, where's the gnome hanging out? I haven't seen a gnome, actually. There you are. Can I get up here? Can I go in the mine? Boo. But yeah, the like, you know, the people who made the video, they were being very honest. They were saying, like, you know, run for office. You probably will not win. We're going to tell you that right now. You're probably not going to win, but you are going to be able to be on a very public stage. Okay, can I get the... Can I knock you down? I might need you to fly. Can I pick you up if I get you on my cross? I'll wait. Ha-ha! Get over here. It's time to fly, baby. I'm doing a little gnome, don't mind me. Oh, wait. I know why I want to fly, because... I think I saw the other... Oh, you're on top of the outhouses? Sorry, you're on top of this. Can I get up there? There we go. Yeah, I think I'll try. Defying gravity. Such a good song. What I think I wasn't prepared for, and you know, it absolutely takes a very different tone when you're watching Wicked, and there is immediate discrimination of Elphaba's skin color. It absolutely takes on a different meaning when you have a person of color playing the role. And it's like, you know, a X-Men level of allegory. But there's a moment early on where she meets somebody, and because she's taking her sister to school, and someone, you know, like Galinda sees her and says, "You're green," and she's like, "Yes, but there's my sister, who is a perfectly acceptable color," and I'm like, "Oh." So of course, next thing I have to do is I have to get the book for the show so I can see what the actual, like, how close those were to the lines of the show. I'd also maybe like to find a recording of the show, because I know what they could do for a movie is not what you could do for like a stage show. Like, they were working with one stage, one set, and in the movie they have, you know, all of the, hold on, I'm sorry, I messed up my nozzle. There we go. But yeah, the main reason I'm not going to watch the second movie tonight is because I know I'd be up past my bedtime, and I need to not do that. We're not done yet? See, I already suspect what is going to happen, based on what I saw in the first film. I suspect, because I didn't even read the book, and that is also, like, that's on me. I didn't read the book either. But I believe I've understood over time that, like, this is a retelling of things, not necessarily from Elphaba's perspective. Like, it's telling from other people's perspective. So there's already that unreliable narrator aspect to it. Ugh, I'm on a ladder. I've ruined it. I don't, where else is dirty? KMC, welcome on in. Hello, y'all. I wouldn't mind making an alliance with a crocodile empire. Do they bite? Consensually. Okay, I need to get up there. Ah, there you are. Drum support ring. Hold on. Do I need to turn you on? I know what I said. Hold on. No worries. Enjoy the raid and run, because I know it is late for you. We were DMing one time, and I was like, go to bed. I didn't think you actually were gonna, but I had to say it. I still had the wrong nozzle on, dang it. I want the adjustable nozzle. Ooh, what are you arting? What are you working on? If you don't mind sharing. I love being lazy with the adjustable nozzle and a whole map that, like, rolls for me. Like, let's go. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Oop. Done. Cab grab rail. I also need grab rails, but only when we're dancing. Is that the grab rail? When that recent thing came out from doctors being like, one way to help stave off dementia is by dancing. I'm like, got you. I'm already on it. Thank you. I'm good. I am actually pondering going dancing this weekend, because it's been a while. Why grab rail when you can love handle? Fair. You just gotta keep up. Ah. Hey! That's interesting. Oh, Annie Mall. Is this Jet and Flo's Angels? I need a ham flip on my farmhouse. Huh. Huh. Question, how late do I stay up when I go dancing? That is a really good question. I am 53 years old. I don't love having to go out late to go dancing, like even starting, but I will generally try and go out at like 10:30, which, because usually the bus takes time to get me someplace, I end up getting to a place like 10:45, 11 o'clock. And then I tell myself, I will see how I feel after an hour. I will see how I feel after 2 hours. And if I'm lucky, I'll see how I feel after 3 hours. And therefore I might be out until 2:30. It also depends on how tired I've been, etc. And I try to get home by between 2 and 3 a.m. So yeah, it does suck that dancing is going out in general and going out dancing is such a late thing. But yeah, I do stay out pretty late if I've made the choice to go dancing. Sometimes I will supplement that with a disco nap ahead of time. And it's going to be one of my silly disco naps because I'm also like doing like my facial stuff. So I'll put a face mask on and then trying to like not to move like I'm in a casket so I don't like mess anything up. But yeah, it does have me out pretty late. Which is wild because on the weekends I stream at like 8 in the morning. So I might show up on Saturday or Sunday morning looking jacked all to hell. I'll still be streaming though. I might not remember to put the game on screen. Might not. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Okay. This is Arthur Lumix, the actual temporary supervisor at Fortune's Mine. Public access to this mine is strictly prohibited and you shouldn't have been here. We'll need you to sign an NDA to that effect and trust that you will destroy any videographic evidence of your work. That said, the cleaning itself was outstanding. Please don't speak of any of this to anyone, ever. Huh. I'm going to talk about this to everybody. Everybody. Okay, so the next up is the farm. We'll take a... Oh, hell no. That is so many things. And I can see that silo. We're not getting up there without a gnome. We are definitely not getting up there without a gnome assist. So, okay. Let's go back. Let's go to the main base. Now, there is something here. There is something that has started in a lot of cities, and it has come to our city, and that is the, like... Oh, goodness. Oh, gosh. What do they call themselves? They're like, they start their dance parties at, like, 7 o'clock. And they specifically, like... Hold on. Let me see if I can find what they're called. Okay, there's one that's called the Early Bird. There's other types. There's other types of clubs, but they call them the Early Bird clubs, and the night actually ends by about 10 p.m. So yeah, the only problem I have with those is most of those are very straight. They're extraordinarily heterosexual, and generally it's white girls, and I do enjoy getting white girl wasted from time to time, but that's a brunch thing, not really a go out dancing thing. So yeah, a lot of the stuff that seems really fun for social stuff is also very straight. So meh. What was I gonna do? I was gonna see if there's any new furniture in the store since we finished another thing. There's the whimsical table, the whimsical rug. We have the rustic stuff now. The retro. That side table's kind of cute. Anything else? Not really. Okay, the rustic shelving. Let's go wash a guitar, because obviously that's something you should throw a power washer at. Yeah, 10 p.m. As Steven says, there's plenty of time to go home and play video games for a few more hours. Oh, you don't know. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't understand that you were asking a question at the end of that. One sec. So here's our friendly gnome hiding behind the door. So if you don't know where the gnome is in your home base, it's behind the door. So we pick up a gnome. Just a normal gnome, right? Normal, average, ordinary gnome. You pick it up, you put it down. Totally fine. Still, as ladies and gentlemen and they, thems and nons and people who don't subscribe to any particular gender ideology can see, this is a normal gnome. There is nothing up my sleeves. I am not hiding any wires. There are no strings attached to me. But all I need do is look down upon my friend, and I shall fly. Twice as fucking high. Butterfly, you ain't shit. I got a gnome. So you almost have to do a little bit of like, if you were doing like you're trying to do airplane controls, you kind of have to like, oh wow, it actually brought me into the skylight. That's new. It took me back into the skylight. Incredible. So unfortunately, when it came to the Zeppelin, the airship, I didn't see a gnome on that level, so I wasn't able to use that to get up to the thing. I had to use the actual like scaffolding. But when we did the house, I just used the gnome to get to the roof. It was great. So yeah, you can use that. I'm hoping they never fix it. Like, I'm hoping they never fix it. Because it's great. So yeah, the gnome is now the secret weapon. Yeah, so if you're really into finding the boundaries and breaking the world, please watch Steven's VOD of Power Wash Simulator 2 when he and Sue washed the airship. Steven found a way to jump into the trees and then get onto the top. I also love that we have drainage grates out here as well. I love that we have drainage grates in our parking lot. That's really cool. Like, if you want to come to the car wash, we got you. We got you. So yeah. There's so much for them to fix, Caldanon. Like, there's so much for them to fix. And I really, really, really wish that they would fix some stuff, because it is getting ridiculous. And I know that like they have to worry about their first collab. They've got to get the Adventure Time thing ready. But I want to look at something and see the dirt. I want to see what kind of dirt is on stuff. That was part of the fun. I want to go back and see the conversations. I want to see the conversations we're getting, because that was also part of the fun. And the fact that we can't even replay those when we're done. So yeah, it's nice that the I mean, first off, it's nice the game has had so many improvements. Good on them. But also, need a little more. Like, I need you to just... There we go. They claimed it was their top priority, but the first patch didn't address it at all. True. Then they had the ask to ask, what would you like to see next? Oh. If you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, and then you... Oh no. I am here for that bloodbath. Like, they earned that ass beaten. Like, they earned that ass beaten. Like, I'm not even that into being mean to devs, but if you say you want to do a thing and you're unable to do that thing, acknowledge that you can't, acknowledge that you tried and couldn't do that thing before you barrel forth to be like, so what else do you want to see? We want to see the thing that you said you were going to prioritize. That's what we want to see. If you, and this is me at work, if you, for some reason, cannot do what I asked and or what you promised, simply acknowledge that and tell me why. And frankly, if you're in game dev, it was too hard is a perfectly acceptable reason because I'm not a game dev. Like, I don't fucking know. Maybe it was too hard. I don't know. But don't, like, you got to acknowledge it. Like, you got to acknowledge it. You do. See, Ulysses, Bubble, and Squeak agree with me. I knew y'all. Y'all my buddies. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Look at that big stretch. Ulysses has not a thought in her head. She's just like, you looking at ghosts? You looking at ghosts? Okay. Oh, have the books changed or are they the same? I think the books are the same. Yeah, they are. Okay. All right. Let me quit the game because it's time for me to end and see who's online because I've been playing for longer than I planned to, and that is totally fine because I was having a good time. But yeah, I'm coming up on 3 hours, which is definitely longer than I planned to stream, and that's just what happens. So let me put you back where you were. I love the undo button in OBS Studio. I do want to try again to do the vertical canvas streaming. But what I'm going to try to do beforehand is I'm going to try to, so Nutty, who is a streamer and also does a lot of good tips on stuff, talked about a way to mask certain parts of the screen so you can bring them into the vertical. So like I can bring the percentage and I can bring like the nozzle I'm using and stuff. I can actually add them into the thing. I want to try setting that up for Power Wash Simulator because I still play it a lot. So I may do a vertical stream test at some point this week. And if I can do that and get that successful, I may also try to do a TikTok live because I'd love to go live on TikTok before it gets sold, and I never want to go there again. And I hate that that is how I'm talking now in my 50s of social media platforms that I was happy to spend tons of time on. I never want to talk to and never want to open again. Yay. We are never getting to Star Trek. Never. And that makes me very sad. But no, we're never going to get there. Until we destroy the billionaires. I mean, until we change capitalism. That's definitely what I said. Definitely. Let me go over to the credit screen before I say other things that could be subpoenaed. One streamer who tried TikTok for gaming, they called her out during streams saying she wasn't moving enough. What? You have this much, like, you have this much real estate. I don't, what do you, so here's one thing. I have said I would like it if, when a game is developed, if they want to be streamed, to try capturing it in OBS and making sure it works and all those things. There is no game dev who I'm going to say, oh, and make sure your game looks really good in a vertical. Girl, whatever. Also, I have to admit, I'm probably not worried about that because I am too expressive. I am probably too expressive. Not gonna lie. Yeah. This face usually does not go on mute ever. So yeah. But yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all being here. This has been fun. I am gonna go stuff my face with the last of the leftovers. I need to make the mac and cheese again though, because that mac and cheese is so good. I made it while I was I popped into a voice chat. So if anybody has joined the voice calls in my Discord, usually I'm there because I'm in my kitchen and I'm cooking. So you get to watch me like make a thing. But I need to make that mac and cheese again because that was really good. But yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out. Thank you for being here. I hope that the week is going well for you. Hey Jory, welcome on in. Okay, I need to know your mac and cheese recipe because you also from the South. So we gotta, I need to, I'm gonna talk to you later. Harl, thank you very much for the new follow. Esoterica, Steven, Puddleglum, thank you for the resubs. Saxon, thank you for that gift sub earlier to Electric Frog. The raids from DC and Tripping Crutch and KMC and my moderators for hanging out. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are wonderful. Thank you so much. I am trying to still approach 2026 with positive, like, I want good things to happen for everyone. Like, not just me, although also me, like, especially me, but also everyone. So I'm still trying to, like, I'm trying to basically do my best to say, okay, if I need to process some bad shit, let me process that bad shit so it doesn't weigh me down. There's one thing I am not proud of myself that I haven't been able to, like, get past. So I may need to actually involve some external help for that. But that's nothing I'm going to tell y'all. That's none of your business. That's my business, not y'all's. But I am looking forward to, like, figuring out what I'm going to do with streaming this year. If I'm going to do anything weird or fun, if I'm going to keep everything exactly the same. I do want to try doing the weird stuff before, like, I love doing weird experimental stuff. So I want to see if I can get the vertical shit happening. YouTube now has a thing that when you live stream, they will automatically take, like, the middle of your stream to be like a vertical shorts stream, which does not help because I'm over here. So the middle of my stream ain't gonna do shit. So I probably have to build another vertical scene to send there. Like I said, I want to find either games or co-working, or we all sit down and watch a tutorial and try to learn something, co-streaming with friends. I'm really praying that one MMO comes out that pulls all of us in and is cross-platform and, like, console, PC, etc., and we can all play together. I'm hoping that happens. I'm not confident because, you know, games are really hard to make. Like, games are really hard to put out, especially one that is exactly the specifications that I want. So, you know, whatever. But I'd love for that to happen because I'd love more co-streams. Rena has already got me thinking about getting a group together to try the Destiny dungeon. So that may not happen on stream, but it may happen. Like, I may throw out my Discord like, hey, anybody want to be my first, like, dungeon time in Destiny because I ain't done one yet, kind of thing. But yeah, I do know that the unofficial co-star of my earlier video is on. Queen City Q is doing Ark, not Raiders, but Ark Survival Ascended. Is that a new Ark? It seems like a new arc. I thought, or maybe not. Anyway. So Queen's on, and they are doing that. So we'll go over and say hi. But yeah, I'm not sure how, and no one ever knows how like random things happen. But for some reason, when they asked, why is this morning so early in the morning? I was like, what if you were subscribed to a service called Morning that you couldn't opt out of? And so that was today's like video. I haven't decided what tomorrow's is, and I'm going to have to look through my clips, and I'll probably grab one from today. It might be that rant. I don't know if I'm going to embarrass myself like that or not. Maybe. Maybe not. But yeah, I'm going to push this button because we're ending. We're going to go over and say hi with the hashtag Urbraid with my love and disco emote. If you are not a subscriber, you can use the virtual hug emote. If you want to use channel points to buy an emote, you can buy a vowel or an emote, all you like. You can find me doing content over on Blue Sky and YouTube, my blog at urbanbohemian.com. There's a link to my Discord. If you are looking for one more person to follow on YouTube, you can turn off notifications. I'm not mad, but I would love your YouTube subscriptions because now I'm at 700 and I'm trying to hit 1,000. And I know that is a long way off, but whatever. There are 2 links to the Krampus Christmas Conundrum and Tech Friday of 2025. And there, once again, are the raid calls. So hang out. Oh, God, it's Internet Moms. It's one of my favorite channels. One of my favorite songs. So yeah, definitely hang out for the raid. Feel free to copy that raid call to throw in chat. If you haven't seen the Moms on the Net video where this comes from, I said on social media earlier, there is no way for anyone who lived through the computer revolution and the computer like movement to explain to people now what it was like living through this. And the fact that there was an entire instructional video on how to use the internet, the basis of which was focused towards moms. That's where like the voice samples of this song come from, Moms on the Net. There's no way to explain that to you. Just like there's no way to explain that Matthew Perry and Jennifer Aniston did a whole video on how to use Microsoft. Like when was it Windows 95? Like there's no way to explain to you that these were very normal things for us. So yeah. But again, thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you at the weekend, definitely. If you see me go live earlier on the wrong day, it's because I'm testing stuff out and I don't mind having you in chat. So until then, I'll see you in Queen City Keys chat. I'll see you next time. And everyone, take care of yourselves and be kind to yourselves. You deserve it. Bye, everybody.